Hello and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Monday, October 4th edition of our video devotionals, and we appreciate you being with us today. I hope your Monday's going well thus far. You know how Mondays can be. They can be slow and sluggish. You got to start to the work week and school week, but you need the funds to get things in life and pay the mortgage and car payments and groceries, all of that. And of course, the kids, they need school. They need school to move ahead in life, and all that's good. It's necessary, but I do understand how Mondays can be a slow start. So we've got a rainy day here. I think it's supposed to be off and on rain all week, but that's okay. We've needed it, and it is fall is in the air. It'll bring the temperatures down, and eventually all these leaves that's on the trees still are going to be coming on down, and that's a good thing. They'll be pretty too. Matter of fact, our church has got a trip planned with those who want to go up toward between Boone, West Jefferson, actually a little specific place called Chatley Springs, I think it is. And by the time we get there, I think we'll be about peak season. But anyway, so we'll enjoy that and have a time of fellowship too. Well, our word for this week is the word favor. So that's our theme, the word favor. We're going to be in Psalm chapter 5, verse 12. Let you find that. And let me get there myself. Psalm 5, verse number 12. And so we're going to look at all the references this week that deal with the word favor. Now, it may get a little bit loud. It just has started pouring down here. So if it does, I don't think it'll drown me out. So I was reading along here in the book of Psalms, and I saw that, and I thought, you know what, that's a good thing. Then I looked it up in the Strong's Concordance and saw all the different passages that I'm familiar with. It's amazing, though, when you do that and you see them all together, and you start to see just a pattern that goes with the word favor. And I think we'll kind of see that this week. So Psalm 5 has 12 verses. Again, the key verse is verse number 12. And I think we're going to go back at least to verse number 9, kind of give you the context of what's being said here that leads up to verse number 12. It says this: "For there is no faithfulness in their mouth, their inward part is very wickedness, their throat is an open sepulchre, they flatter with their tongue." So we're talking about the enemies of God, and that's kind of been part of the theme there, as short as that chapter is, but that's kind of been the theme there. It says, "Destroy thou them, O God, let them fall by their own counsels, cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee." Now here's where it turns toward the righteous. "But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee." Now here's our key verse. "For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield." Now notice that. "With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield." You know, I was speaking last night, not really on this subject, but I was just saying how blessed we are as a people, as Americans, as a people of God. We're so blessed that sometimes I think we don't even realize just how much we have compared to many, many people. And I think it's true that, as the Bible says there, that when you live right, you do right, then you're going to be compassed about with favor. Now, does that mean you're not going to have some things, some downturns? Of course it doesn't. Those things are going to happen. They happen to everybody. But it's amazing, though, by far, you look at the favor that God shows us, and it's just amazing. And it comes in various forms. Sometimes it's health. Sometimes it's benefits in financial ways. You have needs and God takes care of them. It doesn't mean you're necessarily going to have money running out your ears. I get that. But there are some people that God allows that to happen. But there's things like favor where God allows you to be a blessing to people. That's a favor that God allows you. God allows you to be used of Him. That's a favor. And sometimes we don't think of that because we often want to look at the tangible things. We want to be able to turn something into something because we've got something physical in our hands or what have you in our possessions. But man, the Bible says when you're a righteous person, the Bible says just like a shield, just like if you were out in battle and you had a shield around you, not necessarily just a shield you would hold personally, but maybe a personal shield. Imagine battles that King David would have, but perhaps they got in the heat of the battle, and he would have men that would shield him as he would probably engage in the fight, but sometimes just command the armies. And imagine that shield that he has around him. If you watch football games, football's on right now, and you notice the offensive line, and there's a quarterback there, and then you've got, of course, the fullback in the back, and so on. But the point is, when he drops back, and you see that shield that he has, those those men that are there to block and make sure he has time to find his receiver or make the play, and there's that shield there. Well, God says the righteous people have a shield about them, and that shield itself is actually favor. Isn't that amazing? So as we kind of start this off this week, think about in your life just, the old song, Count Your Many Blessings. Just kind of look around and see the blessings that you have. If you go down the road in your automobile and you don't have an accident, you know what? God has shown you favor. You say, well, that's a lot of people. Yeah, I know. But notice the times you see people that do have accidents. And I'm not saying that when someone has an accident that God has not shown them favor, not saying that at all. But again, think about the times that God is showing you favor. Just think about the health that you have. Think about God, of course, using you. Think about all the things that people try to be a blessing in your own life. So I'm saying God does show us favor. And some of the things we'll never see that God does for us, the protections and the benefits that come. The nation that we live in, the Bible that we have that God preserved. That's a favor that God gives us. The salvation that you enjoy, the favor that surrounds you. So when you're living right, doing right, realize you've got a favor about you that God has provided, and that's a good thing. And we're going to talk more about favor this week. So I think that's enough. Kind of gets your wets your whistle enough just to thank God today for His favor, and let's certainly be able to do that, and let's certainly do it, because I think God will be pleased with that, and God is in that mode of providing that favor. Well, we're at 6.5 minutes. I'm kind of proud of myself trying to keep these at a minimum, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, and stay safe and blessed. Stay healthy.